What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, the one and only Prince Proof Dash, coming at y'all again with another video for the third time this night, man. Your boy is grinding. Your boy got shit to say, man. I got some shit to say, man. Cause things really be on my mind and stuff, and I be like, you know what? Sometimes I be like, you know what? I ain't gonna make that into a video, but you know, I got a message that this guys need to hear. So your boy he back grinding. Hey, when I get in grind mode, it's hard to take me out of it, man. I remember I had times not too long ago. One of my friends, he a brother, man. We tight like this, man. He asking me, man. He like, man, everything okay? Everything okay? I'm looking like all serious and shit. I ain't laughing. I ain't playing like I usually do and shit like that. And he like, everything all right? I'm like, yeah, everything all right. I'm just in grind mode. Like, I ain't playing. I'm focused. So when I get locked in, I'm locked in for real, man. I'm a fun dude, though. I have my fun times, But I was just thinking again, man, about being a man of principle, right? At the end of the day, being a man, you gotta have a principle. You gotta have a code. You gotta stand for something, right? In this life, right? Or if you don't, you can't really call yourself no man. I'm just gonna be honest, right? And it doesn't matter what age it is, right? It can start at any age, right? And this ain't for guys to take and run and be disrespectful to your parents or something like that, because shit get misconstrued when guys hear a message and stuff like that. They take that to heart, and they apply the information the wrong way. I'm not telling y'all that, like, if you still up under your parents' wing and shit like that, they taking care of you. You ain't no man. I don't care how old you is. I don't care if you're 25, 30. If you still ain't out, if you ain't out here on your own and really going through the struggles of life, as a man, you can't call yourself no man if you're still with your parents. So this ain't for guys, those guys. I'm talking about the guys that's like myself, right? That's out here really going through the struggles of life and really learning through this experience, right? The guys that's really handling their business. I'm talking to y'all guys. Be a man of principle, be a man of code, right? Be a man that have a code. And what I mean by that is be a man that be willing to have a belief or a code or a principle that you live by, right? Like disrespect, right? That's a thing a lot of guys talk about, right? Disrespect is a huge no. We don't allow disrespect, right? And there's different levels of disrespect, right? People, I'm gonna say it like this: people gonna disrespect you without even the intention of disrespecting you, right? And sometimes you gotta just use discernment to kind of, be like, oh, that ain't nothing. They just, they people just kind of in their own world, and they don't even care about what you got going on. Like, let's say somebody cut you off, right? I've cut people off. I just been just in a trance. Am I gonna get mad if somebody cut me off? No. I'm not. It's not that serious, right? And that's the thing, what I want to say before I even get into that, right? Because a lot of things ain't worth your energy. A lot of times, a lot of things ain't worth your energy, right? But I'm talking about disrespect, blatant disrespect. Let's say like somebody bumping into you on purpose. They don't say, excuse me. You as a man, you got to say something about that. If you don't, you a bitch. If you don't, you a bitch. You just got disrespected. You disrespected yourself by not saying nothing, right? And I'm gonna be 100% honest. I've been there. I've been in that position, right? Because I've been on both sides. I've been on the side where I was extremely in a passive mindset, right? Because I'm like, man, you know what? I'm not an egoic motherfucker. I don't want to just snap on this motherfucker. He may be having a bad day or something, or a dude ain't see me, right? And one time I just let the shit go. I was mad as hell. I started tearing up. Because I was like, man, I really will check this motherfucker for that shit, but I don't want to just lose it and end up just snapping, because I don't know this dude. He may be having a bad day, but I felt like shit. Be honest, I felt like shit because I'm like, man, the high road like that right there, I don't take the high road on that shit, but that time I did. This dude, he wasn't bigger than me. This dude was small as hell. He was skinny as hell. Right, I was just looking at the dude because when he first came in, the work and shit, the dude was he was all fucked up and shit. I'm like, dude must be having a bad day and shit, right? So people, they do shit, you know, to affect others. They don't understand the multitude. Sorry, y'all. People do shit to affect people and they don't understand the multitude of it, right? So that time, I was like, man, you know what? I don't even care about, fuck the ego and all that. I said, man, you know what? The next motherfucker that put me, I'm finna check everything. You know, and I hate being in that mode. I really do hate being in the mode. I like being in the cool, level-headed space. I hate being in that type of guy that just standing on business like this on every little thing. Motherfucker, don't talk to, like, just tripping. You know, I don't like that mindset. But shit like that, that rubbed me the wrong way. Like when somebody disrespect you as a man, you gotta say something, right? Because after that, I said, you know what? I'm tired of being like all peace, love, and light. And I'm finna just start snapping. I ain't got no more high roads into me. I ain't got no more high roads in me, you know? Because people take advantage of that. When you quiet, you don't really take too much. People want to play with you, right? The next dude that did it, you know, dude bumped into me out. Man, what the fuck? Where the fuck you going, motherfucker? And dude, he started talking shit like that. I got all up in his fucking face. Said, what the fuck you want to do? What the fuck you want to do? In his face, in his eyes. Dude wasn't talking shit. Because people always hard when they away from you until you get up on them. As soon as you get up on them and look them in their eyes, then you're going to see what a motherfucker real intentions is, a motherfucker real motives is. You're going to see if a motherfucker really a man, right? So that right there, at that one time, I said, you know what? I ain't got no high roads in me because that's not really me, you know? And it ain't just about being ego and having an ego and being egoic. And it's like, nah, you ain't gonna take no disrespect as a man. You know, and you gotta be willing to take it to the extreme, right? There's been many times I've been on a job and, you know, I lost job. I'm talking about I lost a couple of jobs just by checking disrespect. That job in particular, that dude where he bumped me, one day this damn area manager he came down and he was yelling and shit. And I didn't snap on him. He was yelling. I guess he may have been ex-military or some shit like that. But that still don't give him the right to come talk to people crazy and shit. You don't know us. We don't even know you. You brand new. Then you come and yelling and think you finna get the demand of some shit and yelling at people like you crazy, like somebody got to bow down because you a manager or something. Everybody else was just sitting up there looking like this, just looking at the dude, putting their heads down, not saying nothing. They kept yelling at me, asking me, hey, we hope we on the same page and all that. I'm just looking at him. I'm not finna snap on him, but I'm finna check him. I'm just looking at this motherfucker like, shit, is this motherfucker serious right now? He don't even know who the fuck he talking to. I just told him, I said, hey man, hey, you ain't gotta yell. You ain't gotta yell at nobody, man. We men just like you at the end of the day. We ain't no little kids, we ain't no slave. This ain't the slave days. You ain't gonna talk to people crazy, you know? You know, and that dude, me and him came to understand it. We came to a common ground. That dude apologized to me. He said, hey, I'm sorry. I'm just mad because my boss had got into me. Said, that still don't give you a right. I said, well, what's your position? You know, he said, I'm an area manager. I'm like, okay, then you know, as a manager, you got to be able to communicate with employees and correct in a professional manner. He's like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry about that. I just was riled up. So it's understandable. We all make mistakes. And then I said, what's your name and shit? He told me his name. I gave him a fist bump. At the end of the day, he had to respect me. He didn't disrespect me because I had checked that disrespect right then and there. You got to be willing to take it to that extreme to where you lose a job, because I lost a job after that. You know, he didn't like it, but he still respected me as a man. You know, I've done that many times. I've done that to managers, owners, plant managers, unit managers, whatever. I done it. Because at the end of the day, I'm a man, right? You don't even got to have $1 in your pocket. At the end of the day, you're still a man. You still have principles. You don't let nobody take your manhood. Like, I remember one of y'all guys said it a long time ago, you don't let a man step on your shoes without checking them. And with disrespect, you don't mean you got to get riled up, right? You can just look at somebody serious, you know, look them in their eyes, seriously. They'll get the message. They won't play with you again. You ain't got to say nothing all the time. Silence is more powerful than you just talking, being rude, and yelling and shit. You know, silence is more powerful, you know. You can just look at a motherfucker and be like, okay, give him that look, like, motherfucker, do that again, we're gonna have a fucking problem. Don't play with me. You know, you ain't gotta get hyped all the time. I ain't type to get hyped, but there's times where I have got hyped. There's sometimes you will get hyped, right? You gotta be willing to stand for something as a man, or you don't. Everybody gonna run over your ass, right? You gotta check a motherfucker when they, especially when they blatantly disrespect you, right? Because if you don't, you ain't no man. At the end of the day, have a code, have honor, you know. And this ain't talking about. I ain't talking about. See, people take this. See, people will take what I'm saying to heart, and they look at it from an egocentric place. I'm not talking about being. Sorry, y'all. My phone storage is getting a little low, man. But just to get back to what I was saying, I'm not talking about coming from a place of ego. I'm talking about, you know, still being a man at the end of the day. Yeah, everything ain't worth the energy, and you know, sometimes you can take the high road on shit, right? You can, you know. But for the most part, if somebody blatantly disrespect you as a man, like let's say bumping into you, stepping on your shoes, they're not saying excuse me or I'm sorry or something like that, you gotta check that. You gotta check that, right? Or somebody's infringing upon you, somebody trying to hurt you. You gotta be willing to stand up, right? Like I told y'all with the managers and shit like that, I always stood up against them. Even if I lost a job, I didn't care. They respected me. Even one manager a long time ago, he even called me back the next day and hired me back the next day because I stood on principle. He said at the end of the day, he told me, hey, you was a man. He's like, I had to respect that. He's like, you a man at the end of the day. He said I had to see what place you was coming from. I was wrong, you know, and I respected dude after that, you know. But you gotta be willing to check that, you know. Because if you don't, you ain't no man. You gotta have a code. You gotta have principle. You gotta be a man of honor. You know, and I ain't saying take this as being like, oh, I'm the alpha male, I'm a big badass, I snap about everything like you in jail or some shit. It's not like that. It's like, okay, somebody disrespect you, be, hey man, say man, watch where you going, man. Hey, or you ain't gotta say it like that. Hey, say man. Hey, say man, watch yourself. Or hey, say man, you know, say man, hold up. Hey, say man, you know, hey, don't talk to me in that manner. You know, please don't talk to me like that. Type shit. You know, you ain't gotta be all rude and shit. Hey motherfucker, you ain't gotta snap like that. Hey, say man, don't talk to me in that manner. Hey, say man, watch where you going. You know. Hey, say man. Hey, I appreciate it if you ain't do that. I appreciate you if you ain't bumping to me like that, man, without saying excuse me, man. You know, that's how you treat people, man. You get to just talking to people like that. Hey, say man, that's how you treat people. That's how you talk to people. Oh, I'm sorry. Cause people know they be wrong. People got a conscience. You know, then you ain't gotta snap and get yourself in any trouble, you know. But there's times where you just lose it, right? And that's a place to learn from. I've been there. Everybody, a lot of guys been there, right? You ain't gonna be perfect, you know. But at the end of the day, be a man. That's my message. Y'all be a man. Stand on principle. Stand on your beliefs or whatever, right? And just don't. All right, y'all. Just be a man at the end of the day. Don't let nobody take your manhood. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't let nobody take your manhood. All right, I'm going, man. Y'all have a good day, man, and y'all be a man. Y'all know, be out here really do what y'all supposed to. All right, I'm going, man. Peace. I'll holler at y'all.